Give me just a second.
Yep.
Okay. This should be fine.
Let's see, was this the... They were named like Game 2 and Game 3, I'm not sure if this was the second or third.
Okay, this is the third one, I think. Want to
Yeah.
watch the second one first?
Yeah, we'd go through second one first.
Okay. If it goes
Do you
too
think
long, we
we plan
only
to go through like both games or just one? I mean,
if it's like more than
depends.
1 hour, probably just one. But depending on how fast it goes. Yeah.
Yes, it's the same again. And but you can still try to get early dragons.
Okay, I think you can't hear the comms, right?
We can play front to back really easy.
I should be able to. Roll it a bit.
Can you hear them?
No, not now.
Okay, so you can't hear them. It's because I'm sharing full screen, so you can like see this in case I draw or something.
Oh, okay.
But it's fine.
Sure.
I'll just tell if there's something I think that shouldn't be said or whatever.
Yep.
Right now, you guys are talking about like how you want to play fights, which is pretty good.
Like get the, early
Feel like
Yeah,
a
there's
lot of
usually
teams-
like you go through level 1, what your comp wants to do, what the enemy wants to do, just the usual stuff, patting, stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good. A lot of teams kind of just chill too much early. They like talk about pathing and then they don't do anything for like 30 seconds until like lane starts. So you guys having like at least an idea of how you're playing team fights is pretty good, I think.
Like he's useless.
Yeah, she's gonna RE and try to somehow.
I mean, like actually moving into them is gonna be, like, it's gonna kind of be
We
disgusting.
can't
but,
chase
like,
them. We never want to chase them, unless it's like numbers. Oh, yeah. This was like a minute pause. I think you can skip
Yeah,
it.
it's fine. We can just skip. I was just trying to see if you were saying anything.
Yeah, it probably gets to like
Okay.
just having a bit fun when it's paused.
So okay. You're playing Thresh Sivir against Ezreal Galio. What do you think of this matchup?
We should have early prio, and well, I think it's winning 2v2 like all the time.
I agree. You have Udyr against Skarner, and then
Yeah, so like, ideally we
lane
just want to
should
play
be-
with this comp, like play early Drake, top is basically an island.
I think mid is a bit risky. Like it's pretty
Yeah,
hard lane for Victor, but you have prio
Yeah.
bot and then you have stronger jungler.
Yeah,
So,
you
like-
usually want to just like convert the pressure from bot to mid, because they want to play through mid lane like for sure.
I mean, I think they don't want to do anything early. They probably just want to farm until 6 and then try to make stuff happen, but Irelia will for sure like pressure the Victor a lot.
Yeah,
So
she's gonna
like
be
in
trying
games,
to like freeze.
yeah, in games like this, if you can just roam mid and like give a recall to Victor, it's really good, especially because he has exhaust instead of TP.
Yeah. Yeah. These guys are rather
around like mid.
Yeah, I'll just skip until lane.
just getting QSS so they don't fuck you up.
I don't think I have to.
I'm not going
I mean,
to
yeah, you're
either.
Sivir.
I think walking like this is the only way you get chunked in this lane. So
Yeah, true.
if you wanted to like get control of the lane, you can just come level 1 and ward, and then you
Ward the
base
middle
and
bush
get
and get a sweeper.
either the ADC or you can do it. Getting sweepers on ADC is becoming more popular because it's like harder to ward with them because they need to like be hitting the wave and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
But both is fine, and then you can like enter the wave like this. But if they were here, they chunk you, and then it's like only way you lose prior, right? So it's a bit risky.
You could hit a few mages, just so we
We
keep
don't
up the
really
frame.
know where thingy started, but it's okay.
Hammerdini. Yeah, bot was late like by a lot, but I think they faked. I might have just soloed.
Okay. Do you want me to go into like really small stuff, like this minion,
Bot was late.
or
Yeah, I mean you can go
Okay,
into it if you feel
so-
like it's necessary.
Ezreal just queued, right?
Mhm.
Like most of the time, what's gonna happen is you stand here, is that the Galio won't walk up, so Ezreal is forced to queue again.
I think
But
they
since
faked.
you click back here, Galio can walk up and then he doesn't get punished. But right here, what should always happen is that you're here and then you auto attack him. And then
Yeah,
if he
true.
does this, you flame back and he loses like this HP. And you never lose anything for it, so it's like really good. So like stuff like this, especially in the lane where you have so much freedom, you should really be abusing them. I feel like you're a bit too scared right now.
Mhm. Yep. Yeah, most likely. Let's not over push. I think we want to crash the third instead. Well, now actually, yeah, now we kind of have to crash this.
you kind of said it here that you wanted to slow push after you got everything. In lanes like this, like they can never get push against you, right? Like Sivir has way too much wave clear and you win early skirmishes. I think you're like, as long as you're like this Q from Sivir makes it push a bit too fast, and then you can just really slow push. Yeah. Like if you want to crash 3 and then like go mid to do something, which is usually really good in situations like this, you just ask your ADC. Or like you two need to be aware that this lane is so free that even if you're behind one minion, you can like regain that lead because you have more wave clear, right?
Yeah,
and like Thresh can has more access to the lane and stuff. So if you played this a bit better, you could like crash 3 like you were saying. You push it a bit too fast, so it ends up like this. Here it's a good time to roam mid. Sivir needs to play a bit safer, but yeah, you're doing it, that's good.
Yeah, I'm gonna roam mid. You're fine on bot, right?
Yeah, I'm also mid.
Yeah, let's just commit to mid roam.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah, it's not usually the ideal way you do it, but yeah, this works as icon.
Okay, small thing about this word. This word is here.
Yeah, it's like fake
I
vision.
think,
It doesn't cover the edge.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this one does, because it's like it's seeing this part, right? But ideally you always want to put it here, because there's a chance that they come like this and you can't see them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
So
had it
it's-
happen beforehand, yeah.
Yeah, it's really bad for your mid laner if it happens, because it's complete fake vision, like you said. Okay, this is pretty good, and this is pretty bad by the RL. It's like the only moment where you can come, so it's really good that you go into mid.
Bot is maybe moving. Do you want Pry on Skull? We can push, but I should get it from this wave.
I think one thing you can do here, you're never getting prio on this wave before Scuttle comes, right?
Yeah, that's
You can like move around and just
yeah,
go.
I could at least like stay out of it even, or just posture towards Studio.
Yeah.
They're posturing.
I kind of get like why you don't. You really want level 3. It's helpful.
moving to you from here.
So it's nice that you at least get it before they're there. And I think because it's a Skarner, this is fine. But if it's like Lily or something different, maybe you need to be there faster.
Yeah. Let's just commit to it.
Yeah, this is good.
No W right now.
He's warding top side. He's gonna show on the wave. Galio's
Galio's
we can kill
coming,
Galio.
Galio's
Do you wanna kill
coming.
Galio instead?
Skarner top side. Pop it plant.
We kill this guy.
This is pretty good. A lot of teams like don't play with their jungler and support together, so it's pretty good that you're doing it.
Okay.
Yeah, just maybe play a bit safe.
Yeah,
Even if he keeps the freeze, you gotta.
Did he say that he had a freeze bot?
My view is
This is
gonna...
warded right now.
Or like a really slow push?
Okay.
No, it's a freeze it
Yeah,
seems.
mid wave is kinda shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I'm not sure. Like I might have miscommunicated something
No,
about
no,
the
no.
wave there.
I'll hear it.
This fine. This fine.
I have a big freeze on bot lane. I have
Okay, so your Sivir said that she has like a weak freeze right here.
Mhm.
I think, like, especially after you look mid,
Flash from Galio.
like right now, especially, okay, so just for the future, if your ADC tells you that he has a big freeze, try to look at lanes, especially mid, because like you're really close. If this wave needs to be crashed, you need to be there. Especially in matchups like this, where like it's really explosive. Because right now there's no reason for you to be bot. Like Sivir is never going to die, right? It's
Yeah,
a
true.
level 4 Skarner in like Galio Ezreal. There's no way she's getting dove, and they can't even push that fast. So right now you're really free to be around this area. So when you know that you have a freeze and you can just move around the map like completely freely, try to look at the lanes you're
This is
around,
warded right now. They just
and
warded.
then see if you need to cover for them. Because like right now you're gonna watch mid, and this is so fucked for Victor, you know?
Yeah.
This guy can't play the game. So if you were here right now, it would be really good.
Try and help mid out.
You
then.
can even call the Woodier after Gromp.
Yeah, just maybe play a bit safe.
Yeah,
Even if he
playing,
keeps the freeze,
like,
you gotta Udyr to your lane anyway.
Yeah,
so-
because like right now you're not doing anything.
Galio can walk mid from base.
Yeah, you
though.
can start pushing now. You can start pushing now.
Sivir is completely
I'm
fine
gonna go
here,
on
you know?
vision here, so if Galio shows mid, Yeah, I'll true. be ready to move. Stacking my stacks
Mm-hmm.
I need
for you guys, just in case.
speakers.
Yeah, now I come back to bot.
Galio is missing. Galio.
So, Woodier, ideally, he would have done this, you would have recalled, you would have gone here, you know?
Yeah, I guess he wants to keep he wants to keep batting bot side instead of batting top
He
side.
wants to keep his tempo up too. So like now you would have his item and he'd be in a really good spot.
yeah.
But basically what happens, like, since he's forced to go mid because you didn't, now he's a bit behind in tempo.
Missing.
Which like it's not a big deal, but sometimes it's problematic. Because right now what he probably wants to do is he's going to do this, maybe he's going to do this, and then he's going to recall, and then he's going to path bot. But it's a bit awkward. So it would be much better if it recalled, went to Krugs and then path bot like before, right?
Where the
Yeah.
fuck is Galio?
I think the thing is like I don't really have that good of an oversight on how jungle works, like pathing wise, etc.
Yeah.
So,
So like
yeah,
in this case, it doesn't
I
really.
don't like.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's like I don't really notice if I fuck up my jungler's tempo when I could have done something to like, you know, make it so he doesn't have to waste his time. I don't know if that makes sense.
A bit. So like, why do you think Udyr is like? He's not exactly fucked, but why do you think he gets put behind by this?
I guess he's being pulled mid.
Yeah. So the thing is, like, as a jungler, you want to full clear and then you want to do something. So you have like, on the first full clear, you do a full clear and then you go scuttle, and then you usually don't have much time, so you just go base and then you go full clear again. Sometimes you'll gank on full clear junglers, but it's rare. So right now he just got scuttle on the full clear, right? So now he wants to recall. Because he doesn't have any lane to gank, like this is a freeze, he can't for sure go top, and then mid is pushing. So like if he goes mid, he can like go mid, push, and then he should have recalled and cleared. But he was close to the raid, so he chose to do them. So like right now his objective is to recall and get items. Because if he doesn't get, like, Udyr with boots early is really strong, right? He's really fast, and then his cooldowns also, like Izar does so much base damage that having lower cooldown is really good.
Yep.
So his objective right now is just to recall. If you just have that in mind, it's really easy for you to say, okay, I can go mid instead, you know. But then there will be situations where he just recalled and he's coming from base and he's like here. Then he can like go mid, and then he can go up here and then clear, you know. And here like it would still lose tempo. He would be like maybe 10-15 seconds behind, but it's not as big of a deal as right now. Because right now what he basically, like, you not going mid basically means that he can't recall for 1 minute longer than he'd want to, you know?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, just play a bit safe. Galio can walk mid from here. I'm gonna be. No, I got.
Okay.
They might have warded Drake.
It's Galio.
Galio is.
Oh, there's a
so-
freeze disappear.
He's quick
Okay.
now. They might have warded Drake, so we can't do it like really early. We could look to
Like
trade
last
if I
game.
get hooks. I have 1k base. I wanna get Moby's first base and just keep
Arele
going.
is gonna recall.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking cocaine roam this game.
We could have a Drake angle. Like,
Yeah, like
Yeah,
actually.
I'm resetting after this and have to go bot side anyway.
Yeah, I could take a reset like same time. I don't really have to be on this wave right now. I think I'm just gonna go out of
You guys
here,
are talking
take a
about reset right now?
reset.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think a
Once
lot of
I
teams don't really do
back
it.
to bot in like 20 seconds once I get my Mobius.
Yep.
I'll get one pink as well.
like my wave should be slow pushing to
Okay. So a few things. Why do you want to recall right now?
I just wanted to get boots, honestly.
Okay, so my guess is your Udyr is recalling. You probably want to match recall with him because it's really good to do it. And then you have 1k in the bank. So I think you guys are talking about doing Drake here. I think you should just like you either don't recall and make sure that Sivir survives, or like here you start setting up for a slow push and then you crash next wave and you let Sivir base. Because if you do Drake and Sivir hasn't based, she's really weak.
Yeah, true.
Fucking cocaine
And then you can get the recall at the same time, right? Because you can just push this wave, recall, and then you recall with Sivir, you're still with Udyr, you're really fine. So I'm not really sure what you guys' plans
we could
is
have a
right
Drake
here.
angle. Like,
Because like, obviously even if you don't get cancelled here, it's a bit awkward for Sivir. They're going to push you in, and then they can make the Drake play themselves, or they can just get a recall. Which then, if Sivir goes to Drake afterwards, it puts her in a really bad spot, because she's going to lose 1 or 2 waves, and they're gonna get free plates, right? So right here, either you recall with Sivir, or you make sure that like they can't get push, but they can because they're 2 versus 1, right?
Yep.
It was warded, so.
So for me, this is a bit weird. Yeah. Then you
Yeah,
come back to
it's-
lane.
Oh, yeah. You
Would
can
be a
also
bit
do
pointless.
it
Mid is
right
like
now, they won't
completely
have-
pushed in.
They
Yeah,
freeze
now
it.
you're
They
getting
take
the
it
slow
now.
push.
We can-
They don't even freeze it.
But this feels really weird for Sivir, I think.
Slow push towards
Yeah,
you guys.
so I'm gonna take a base now. Siri, you can take a base as well.
I will have
On bot lane.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, their bot lane is just they're not doing
Applying a lot of
anything.
pressure right now. I'm gonna
It's
reset
good.
for Mobius now.
You don't get punished for it. I think in a different game, this becomes a freeze, like you guys were saying.
That's fine.
I'm just waiting for it to pan over there.
They don't even freeze it.
Yeah.
Actually,
This should
Yeah.
for sure become a freeze, right? And then
Yep.
you need to come here with 2 deer, but he doesn't
Yeah,
want
then
to
we
do
break
it. Because yeah, like you got Drake and then you'd have to come bot and then Sivir recalls, which is okay. It's not terrible, but this could be like then in a different way where you've pushed like the wave before, and then you're coming from base, you do this, and then you go bot again, and you don't need to recall.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially because then the opponent, like what happens is, imagine they have a stronger bot lane. In this game, like you have a lot of freedom, so it doesn't matter that much. If they have a stronger bot lane that can actually fight, what's going to happen is that they can try to contest Drake in this spot, you know, and then you have same items as them. But if you pushed and then you came back from base, they feel forced to recall instead of contesting Drake, because if they don't recall and decide to contest, one, they have worse items, and then they can never recall because you have prio already and you have better items, right? So they need their jungler to come bot and then push the wave, and then now they can recall, and that takes so much resources for nothing, you know.
Yep.
So it's just more of a consistent play if you can like recall before Drake,
No, I will have to.
and make sure that your ADC is never in a bad spot.
Yeah, okay.
Your ADC is a bit crazy, by the way, just pushing the wave alone.
Yeah, I mean,
But it
This
works
was-
out.
this was a bit of a like team that was like everyone was like playing themselves basically.
Mhm.
Like we didn't really do any scrims or anything. This was like only officials we played on this team.
I see.
Trading. He can't.
It's good that you cover for the victor. I think it's a bit risky to like recall here, but maybe you guys know where Skarner is. I don't think you do.
Yeah, it's a bit of a flip. Well,
Yeah.
now I see him, but not earlier.
Yeah.
We got the Drake.
Realistically, he's never killing you, right? But
But it's like it's
a
just
bit
wasting my
pointless.
time. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he cancels you, then you're just losing time, and it's not very good.
Well, top side. We play the Herald out with me here. Because Spot is good, he's pushing to us in top side.
Okay. So small thing.
Mhm.
When you're walking to lane, like right now, you see Sivir is recalling, right? There's no reason to be bot, and like you kind of realize
Yeah.
this later.
I can just go mid.
Yeah, I think when you're walking like this, you want to walk like this, like
Yeah.
closer to top, but close to mid too, because this wave is being pushed in, and you saw Skarner top recently. I think like you saw him like on this ward, and then he was probably moving bot, so it was no
Yeah, we
issue.
saw him try. True.
But since this wave is pushing in and it's a big one, you might want to cover for Karma. So you just move like this, and then if anything happens, you move bot. Otherwise, you move mid, or you move top, and then you move mid. If nothing
Yeah,
happens,
it's just making more opportunities by walking mid here because there's no need to be bots.
yeah, like this game, you just want to cover for your lanes. It's like it's your main priority, I think, because your team scales really well, right? Enemy team, like if you're walking into them, they're kind of scary because it's Ezreal and Heimerdinger and Galio, but they also have Irelia, which is forced to walk into you, and then they have Skarner, which is also forced to walk into you. So like I think you're pretty fine in 5v5s. So you just need to cover for mid and make sure they don't die, and then cover for dives from Skarner and stuff like that.
You might take a risk.
This is also a bit risky. Like you know that Skarner is bot side, or is like around here, because you saw him on this ward, right?
True.
And he's probably level 6. If he comes blasting from here, you're always dead. Or like you need to flash.
Yeah, he runs me down pretty
And
fast.
then like there's no reason for you to be here. Like Victor is here, Udyr is here. You're not doing anything, you know.
Yep.
One thing you can do is
I
you
could
can
freeze the wave.
you can walk here and freeze the wave, which is really good.
Yeah, like look at this guy. You can be here with me. You might take a risk now.
Yeah, now I'm just kind of going for something.
Yeah, but this could be a freeze, and then your Victor gets a
exactly.
freeze, and the RL is in shambles. Like she's
Yeah,
so
we
sad.
will have a happy mid laner.
Yep. And then if you want to freeze, like if you see this, like I don't know, 30 seconds before, like if you see this here, that this guy is recalling and she's going to push another wave, you just walk straight mid. You don't walk through this path because it's possible you die. But if you come from lane, you never die. You know.
I don't think they can kill me. You can just bear.
So yeah, this could be a freeze. It's a lost opportunity. It's good that you cancel a recall. It's like really annoying
Yeah,
for
but,
laners.
like,
But obviously,
playing with the info that we knew
Yeah.
Skarner was close, it's just
yeah,
putting
it's
myself
even
in a risk.
yeah, it's a bit risky too. But like since you saw the opportunity, you went for it. It's okay. The freeze would obviously be better. It's more consistent, and there's almost no risk, right?
Mhm.
And I'm gonna fake this, I'm gonna route around here. Bot is...
Should I push the wave?
Mm.
Yeah, let's play like idiots. Zero respect, like honestly. These guys are fucking dumb.
Yeah, and they're
Not a
pushing,
big
they're
fan of
pushing
this.
top, okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, we can kill top now. We can kill
something we call a desperation play. I don't know why we're doing it, but
Victor as well.
yeah,
Mid lane is complete.
it's pretty weird.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things here. One, Heimerdinger, really strong when you're walking into him, right?
Mhm.
This guy is like 3/3, and then you just put this one, and then he's always pushing, so you're also fighting minion waves, which is like 100 to 100 damage extra.
Yep.
And then the other thing is like, if you kill him, what do you get out of it?
Yeah, nothing really.
Yeah, like maybe you're going to let Karma recall, and then maybe you get Herald, but you can't even get Herald because enemy like is going to do a cross map bot, and then your Sivir is going to lose 2 to 3 waves, which is really bad.
Yep. Like right now we're basically just forcing a play on the side we don't really want to play on.
Yeah, like this play is really useless, and it's really risky too. Like, did you see this guy's HP is almost gone now? And maybe like he's going, yeah, now he's going to kill the Udyr. It's really bad.
He's dead.
Like you gotta kill to Victor. Your Sivir she's scared as fuck. Like maybe Skarne is here if Irelia is better. Well, I don't know if she has TP actually. She just came back from base. But if this Irelia is good, she's going to push this wave. She's gonna walk here with Skarner, and Sivir is dead. And if she doesn't die, she like loses the wave for sure, right?
No need to
Yep.
And this is for sure not worth.
I fucked it.
Like, don't die now.
We just have to
Okay, she ended up getting 1 plate. This is like not the end of the world. They're not even punishing Sivir that much. But if you're against a better team, this happens for sure. And especially like when it's not Skarner, if it's like Hecarim or a different jungler, right?
Yep.
I'm here.
Did Heimerdinger flash?
He did.
He did?
I'm pretty sure he did, yeah.
Okay, I didn't see it then.
Okay, maybe we think he still has it then.
What do you think you need to play for now?
Well, I think Herald is free because Drake isn't coming up yet. And we should be stronger like 3v3 topside, and I also still have the freedom to just move there.
Yeah. I think right now you're Thresh against Skarner.
Mhm.
It's pretty good. Pretty good champ against Skarner, no? So
Yeah.
I think what you want to do is you just want to cover lanes and make sure they don't get Skarner ulted.
Yep.
So Sivir can kind of fend for herself because she has her E and the ult, so she's really fast.
Really like this one, sorry.
Victor against Irelia especially is like very vulnerable. And then Karma on top, she's just going to stay under turret, so probably not much will happen, and even if she dies it's like okay. So I'd say right now you're focused like making sure that Victor doesn't die. Like at all.
So, do you want to play for the Herald or just...
Then you also want to make sure that like your Sivir, like right now she probably has, I'd say like 1k. She has a good amount of gold.
Probably 100% get a good rate actually.
I'd probably want to get a recall if I can. Especially now that the jungler's like pathing away, right?
Mhm. Yep.
So your jungler is like going away and you're going to become weak side in the next 20 seconds. If I can, I just ask the jungler to like cover you for the duration of this scuttle. And then you push this wave, you get a recall for Sivir, and then you go mid again.
We can get the Herald and get it on top.
Just to make sure that it never dies.
100% get a good rate actually, and either fire and tunnel. Super strikes in my opinion.
Then what you can make out of this, like you got the recall to Sivir, maybe you can like move the Karma bot and try to get Herald, or you can just like push the wave, and then since Sivir gets the recall, you have a move to Herald, and then you can try and do it. I think this Herald's like really risky, because you said like your top side is stronger. I actually disagree.
I was saying like if you play 3v3,
Who's
I think it would
the?
be stronger.
You mean like these three, or like
I
these
mean
three?
like Karma, Victor, Udyr.
Yeah, I disagree. I don't think so. I
Okay.
think like Skarner is way too strong, and unless like Irelia dives in alone, there's no way you're winning.
Mhm.
Because you'd need to walk into them, or like it's just really hard to play against the range from Heimerdinger and then like Skarner, you know, with these jumps.
Yeah,
Like
we
they
don't
can
really have,
they can
like,
poke, but
ult.
Victor right now doesn't do enough damage, and Karma is like really strong. Udyr is really strong, but I think they just get bursted if they get Skarner ulted.
And I think Victor went like Seekers into QSS insta, so he's like really useless before 2 items.
Just
Yeah.
gonna actually have a
I could roam mid.
Which is like the thing from before. You're moving when Sivir is in a bad spot. Like right now, you probably think like this lane is a bit different because obviously they don't have super kill pressure on Sivir. But from this wave state that we see,
Not Chrome. No, I have.
like this is going to push into them, right? They can freeze, and then there's always a chance that Skarner like gives up the Herald and he comes bot and then he dives her.
Yeah, true.
So like doing stuff like this I think is really risky. If you want to move like this, you either need to get push for your ADC, or you need to make sure that they can't die. And like here Sivir doesn't have ult yet, so she can't even run. So I'd get push for her, let her recall,
I got
I mean, yeah, they're pushing.
and then like she's always chilling. But in this case, like always a bit risky.
Yeah, I'm doing Herald.
If this guy.
Oh, I have such a bad way.
I think you're fine.
It's like small things, but you should sweep earlier.
Mhm.
You never know if this push is warded, and then you can even like walk like this, and then see if there's anything here.
I got
I mean, yeah, they're pushing. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm here. Like I'm just hovering mid. There's no vision.
Yeah, I'm doing Herald.
I like that you're hovering the Victor, because it's for sure like really important this game. I don't like that you're here. Like you being here tells me that you want to kill her, but you have no vision of the Skarner, and you always lose 2v2, right?
Yeah, true.
Unless the Udyr is there. So I think this is really risky.
Goes in, we just fucking kill him.
I'd much rather you be like over here, you know?
Yeah, behind
Just give
the
him
other wall.
push. And then you can even like give him push, and then you can move here and just cover Udyr. You don't need to be like really close to him, you can even just be over here and give him lantern if he needs. That's like what's so good about Thresh.
Oh, he's here. He just took this gem. I'm pretty sure.
Ghana, what?
I might have been seeing things.
I'm dead.
Skarner, stop. Skarner, stop.
Help me in the
Fine.
Herald.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
They're not on bottom. From the fine. It's 1v2. Tell you if you want, but you need to catch top wave.
It's good that you go top
Just take your
to cover
time.
for Udyr as soon as you see the Skarner.
That's fine.
They can't really dive her bot, so it's good.
Yeah, I can't step
Here
up.
again you can get a freeze,
Pushes like
or you can just like
He has
lantern the
no ulti,
Udyr in.
by the way, he has no ulti.
Nice,
I'm gonna
that's
hold the
good.
freeze. Galio might be around mid and looking to ult top.
Yeah, hold the freeze. I'm gonna look for the skull here.
I don't have right.
Ezreal's They need to reset.
Just come here.
You can freeze the wave, Tom. You
Okay.
Could
I'm gonna be.
get their item spikes.
Ezreal is fucking I will force him to stay.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
force
come
him
to
to
you.
stay.
I'm gonna come to
Then I
you.
don't even reset.
If he stays for
Your Sivir
we can get
says
trade.
that Ezreal is home.
We can maybe.
So the champion is like really useless without mana, right?
Yeah.
And Drake is like coming soon. Your Victor just based. Right now your objective is just make sure that this guy stays in lane, which Sivir is doing.
If
It's
he
pretty
stays
good.
for Drake, we can get Drake. We can get easy.
And then I think you can like use that to the Drake. So it's good that your Udyr stops recalling. But like, you also need to take into account like not Udyr, Victor. He needs to push the wave and then he can roam. He can like walk into Drake, right? So as soon as Sivir pushes the next wave, you should just go mid and make sure that Victor is fine.
Yeah, just be around him.
Yeah.
Make sure he can get the
We can
push.
push mid after.
Mhm.
We can push mid after.
Yeah,
Okay, you just got the push for free. I really didn't really contest, so that doesn't end up happening. But it's good if you keep it in mind, and it seemed like you did. So
Okay, Crow, let's break it.
Let's break his fucking neck, okay? I can lantern you in. Maybe try to stun or flash or something. Like that.
I'm going full damage this game.
There you go. Pushed in. Yeah, you should. I'm gonna base.
I think we also have up maybe.
I'm just gonna let him have.
We outscale on top anyway. Keep that in
We
mind.
have to really get Herald down soon though. Like
Yeah,
I will
I
bank
think
we go for a dive on bot.
Yeah, I can also walk mid here.
Lame.
You can.
Okay.
You can play one more.
I like that you walk like this.
How much time do you have on Herald?
It's the same thing as before. You just want to be close to like both lanes, and in mid,
For the plates, look.
like if you walk like this, you're never close enough to react to mid. But if you walk like the way you did, you are. So it's pretty good that you do.
For the plates, for the plates, look.
Yep.
It's
This isn't really a freeze, so I wouldn't like be contesting it super hard.
Okay, we have time.
Okay, so did I use Galio ult? I don't think they did, but I'm not
I
sure.
think it's up. I
Yeah.
think it's up.
So I think this isn't a freeze. There needs to be at least 3 minions. I don't think you need to be like this, because like Skarner has ult again. He used it top like 1 minute and something ago, so he probably has ult right now.
Yeah, I want to be like in a position where my
Yeah,
lantern like,
exactly.
out.
Like you want to be back here, and then the victor goes and pokes, and then you lantern him out. If like anything happens. Because right now, like, you're completely useless, you know? Like,
Yeah.
this guy, he
No.
needs to be a bot for you to hit him with anything.
Yep.
So you being like in this position is really bad.
We're backing right now. I think push it, Tommy.
Yeah, because if Skarn comes in, it's like, well, one of us dies
We
anyway.
can also do
Yeah.
it then, actually. But we need to
I don't. I like it bot more. I like it bot more.
Okay, but then go bot.
Like, now that you have wood here, okay, we actually see Skyrim on top now, but even if he wasn't on the map, now that you have wood here, being here is fine, because you always win, right? Like, even if Galio is there, you always win with Victor, Thresh, and Udyr against Karner, Irelia, Galio.
Yeah, it should be fair.
Oh my god, Runners top like this fucking.
So like, positioning like this is really fine, but when you're alone just to cover Victor, you shouldn't really do it.
Like he just goes like through the lane.
We don't
Yeah.
this motherfucker.
I think there was called by bots here, yeah.
They have Galio, they have Galio.
That's good.
I'm huge.
Sorry, Galio.
This guy is for sure dead.
Just get the turret first. They're TPing. Get
Double
the turret.
TP.
Get the plates.
I mean, this is really good too. You blow double TP, you get a lot of freedom.
I can poke
You don't
for
lose
my-
anything.
for my post, guys. Wait for my
Yeah,
post.
I have TP as well, but I can actually then like
Get
push
top
on
plates.
like
Get top
fighting
plates.
from
They're
now.
looking to make a play.
Okay, there's a lot of noise in these comms.
They can
Ezra is 1 HP.
The what?
Ezra is 1 HP.
There's a lot of noise.
Carefully, Aurelia. Carefully.
Nice. Ah, yeah.
Yeah, people talk a lot.
I can get one
Oh,
plate
yeah.
and then
And
like.
your Sivir is a bit crazy.
Get plates.
Yeah, he was a rookie
Someone take
with
gold
like,
already.
Still
I don't know, he's really like enthusiastic.
I can get one
Okay.
plate and then like I have still TP up.
Okay, what do you think you should do after you see this?
Here, get the plates. We just get the plates. Double TP.
I
I can
think we
poke
just
for my
walk away with the plates and go back to lanes.
I agree.
for my
we don't
post,
have to do
guys. Wait
anything.
for my
Yeah,
post.
yeah.
I have TP as well, but I can actually then like
Get
push
top
on get
plates.
like
Get
fighting
top
from
plates. They're
now.
looking to make a play. Yeah, you have shield.
But no one called for it, which I think is a bit.
I think someone could take the lead and just say that okay, we're backing out.
Yeah.
Carefully, Aurelia. Carefully, Aurelia. Carefully, Aurelia.
No, he can. I have extras and everything. He can.
It's like we're still looking, even though.
So,
like,
let's talk about what he just gained here. You got 2 plates, this shit doesn't matter. Completely useless. It's 80 gold on 4 people each. Doesn't do much.
Yeah.
But you got 2 TPs, and you got good lane state for mid, good lane state for top, right? And bot already had a good lane state.
Mhm.
So what this does is you can recall first on every lane. Or well, maybe not top because she needs to push, but then she comes back to a good wave, so it doesn't matter. You're gonna be first on the map, and then you have good recalls for everyone, and you have TP advantage. So like this is already a really big victory. And if people aren't seeing this inside the game, it's an issue. Because like TPs are objectives in a way. So what this enables is next time you want to dive, there's no way they can react. And then if you want to like pull someone for, I don't know, you want to do like Baron. Baron in this case doesn't matter. You want to do Drake. Like if Heimerdinger is top, he can't come anymore. If Irelia stops, she can't join, right? So like this is already a really big victory.
I can
So it's important that like even if you like if you see this in a future team and people are trying to do things afterwards when it's really risky, it's important that like you see it and you're like, guys, this is really good, let's back off. Okay?
yeah, it's like walking away. It's basically a small victory.
Yeah.
Oh, in this case, a big victory. So
Yeah, you have shield, right? They can
Ezra is 1 HP.
yeah, just take a
Like
reset.
all
and
of this was fine. Now Sivir walking in is really bad.
1 HP.
Because this is just a massive flip for no reason.
No, he can. I have extras and everything. He cannot kill me.
I can get
Like there's a world where she dies here, you know?
tempo.
one
Yeah.
plate and then
And there's no reason for that to happen.
Oh, I can get one plate. That's all.
Yeah, someone can go mid already. We don't even have the
And the reason I'm like telling this to you is because I'm listening to the comms and I don't think anyone said like let's back off. So this is like partially also your responsibility, right?
Ezra is back.
Yeah.
Ezra is back.
I can go with
True.
you.
No, no, not yet. Don't
True,
go
true,
too
true.
deep. I want to take this
fine,
over. I want to take this over.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I don't like this call that you're going into enemy jungle. Like there's 4 people, but or maybe even 5 actually. I think there's 5. Yeah. So this is like really risky, in a sense.
Lights are down. Do you want to reset?
No, no, I want to get.
It's much better to just play it slower. Like this, playing for this is good. Playing for red buff I think is really risky because if you want to play for raptors, what you do is you just push the wave and then you walk like this, or even like through the jungle, doesn't matter. You take the raptors and then you run away, and it's always really safe because they need to answer this, right?
Yep.
And then they need to walk through here against Thresh and Victor, which is really hard.
Can 1v2
but the red buff is a lot more open, especially because it's Infernal map, so it's a lot more risky, I think.
Yeah, it's also like we're just trying to get everything when we can already like get something and get out.
Yeah, but I think against a better team you got punished and the game kinda...
Yeah,
Starts
we're
going to
taking
shit.
so many flips like we would have already thrown this game.
Mhm.
We also have like TP advantage for next Drake. That's pretty
Should we
good.
force the bot turret here with me?
We have
Again, like this tells me you want to kill her.
Mhm.
But then you look at Severe Mana, she has nothing. Then it's Aurelia. Like, I don't think it's possible to kill her without
Yep.
Witcher. So,
Yeah, she's gonna 1v2 us if we give her a chance.
Okay, I won't have things for.
okay, I mean,
Thresh, I will-
and then there's Gali, I even forgot about that.
Lantern?
I can
Nice,
kill
good,
it.
good, good. We win this.
No, he. Oh my.
Oh, this guy gets out like a
so
hoodie.
sorry.
Nah.
Yeah, so your objective here, Sivir hasn't paced in a while, just
Yeah,
stand
it's
here
just
and lantern.
securing so we get to push.
Like you got the push, you got everything, and then you can just run away.
Okay, I won't have things for. Oh,
They're
Thresh, I
making
will
bot
bot
No,
Like-
but what if?
What if, yeah.
There's always what if.
And then, like, the other thing is, this kill, what does it give you? Like, you're gonna kill Aurelia, what happens afterwards?
Yeah, it's just 200 gold and that's it. Like there's nothing on the map.
So, if Drake was up, you could call Udyr. This guy is trolling on bot, let's dive her, even. Probably not, because they have Gali, but... Like, if she's playing like this, you can just call Udyr, and then you can flash on her, whatever, and it's gonna work, even with Galio. But because like there's no Drake, there's nothing, this play is completely useless, and it's just like a flip
Lantern,
again.
lantern.
Yeah,
I
true.
can kill it.
And then you even like you make them get Silver Flash, which is a pretty big deal.
That's fine. You get flash from Aurelia.
He fucking cancelled my
Ah,
TP.
It's fine apparently.
I can kill that.
It's always fine.
Yeah, I mean it's good that like the atmosphere doesn't go down, so I understand why people do it.
Easy? Easy though?
It's important to like after the game be like this wasn't fine though.
That's what you usually
That's like
Yeah,
really
yeah.
important to have in mind.
I mean, that's kind of what was lacking. Like we never really look back at the games. It's like okay, we lost, and then we blame something else.
Yeah, that's bad, for sure.
Yeah, it's like okay, draft was shit or you entered it, but it's never like really looking at the plays or what could have went like different.
Mhm.
Okay, he will have it, but he has no flash, so he can't do anything basically.
Yeah, no ignite, no.
Kill any one of us. We all have a mythics.
I don't have. I don't
You
have
can just push top lane.
Okay. Right now there's 1 minute for Drake. I don't know if you can see it, it's like black there.
Mhm.
Then you have two
Yep.
Drakes. What team do you think scales better?
I think we scale better.
Yeah.
So
I
even giving like one Drake for getting like gold or something would be better.
Yeah.
Like even like we can do that.
I think if you look at items, like right now
Yeah.
this team is for sure stronger than you. Even
They
if you
all have spikes.
they are on spikes, their spikes are like a lot stronger than yours. Like this is really strong, this is okay, and this is really
Yeah,
strong. Like
yeah.
Victor doesn't have a spike, right? And then you're going to need a QSS at some point. On Sivir, well maybe not on Sivir because of Ree, but probably you still want it on her. And then you probably want to build one yourself, Karma probably wants to build one herself, and Udyr probably wants to build one himself, right?
Yeah, like we're still like 2-3k shy from like our comps like
Yeah,
Exo,
so I
yeah,
think
basically.
2 items, your comp is super strong, especially because levels on Victor are like insane on him, and levels on Udyr are also really strong. This champion gets weaker with the game, this champion gets stronger, and then this champion is like scales fine. But
Yep.
Skarner gets really useless, so I wouldn't say like you straight out scale. It's like there's still ways for them to win team fights, but I think
Yep.
it's a lot harder for them to do it when
yeah,
Victor's
it's
like
really
2
hard for them
items.
to execute.
So right now, like what should be in your head is we have 2 Drakes. 2 Drakes means we get 10 minutes of free scaling.
Mhm.
On top of like the other Drakes that they didn't have, right? So
Yeah,
right now
so
you should just be like,
this, yeah.
guys, let's we're giving this Drake, let's do a cross map. And the cross map can be anything. It can be we play for these camps, we play for the enemy turret, we play like for a dive here if there's anyone there. It can really be anything, doesn't matter. You just want to make sure that you're getting something out of giving the Drake, even if it's only like 1 camp, you know.
Mhm.
Like if you're in a situation like this, like most teams, what they're going to do is like they're going to fight 1 minute from now, and then they're gonna flip the game and they're gonna lose.
Someone's here sitting.
Yep.
And then they're
Well,
gonna be
they
like, ah, bad fight. We fucked up mechanically or whatever.
Yeah, it's like everyone
Let's
just
just really make sure we get this.
thinks like, okay, it's third for us, basically one game, but it's
Yeah,
really
but like if you
okay,
look at
like,
items right now, you're not ahead, right?
yeah,
You're
exactly.
pre even. Yeah.
Being alive, I'm really strong.
And you can even say that they're stronger because they have better champions at this point of the game and blah blah blah.
Just let me poke.
Mhm.
I can poke.
Yeah, yeah.
I can poke so much.
Just push mid first. Just push mid here.
Oh,
Thank you.
hammering is half.
I mean, especially now when they already got the river control as well.
I can do Herald right now.
I mean, it's fine.
I can come to
This river control doesn't do. I mean, they have Heimerdinger, so it makes it's a bit more annoying now. But like you, so the way that like push in mid works is the team with the biggest range usually gets push, right, and like better wave clear.
Yeah, like right now we have that.
Yeah, you have push. So they need to answer this in some way. Right now they're answering with Ezreal and Irelia. Like when these guys are answering it, you can like start walking like through this area and slowly chunk them away with like silver Qs and victories and stuff. And because it's infernal map, you can even like go around because you have so much space. You just need to make sure that like you're using these gaps to get something, you know.
We just don't have
Yep.
wave.
That is if you want to contest it. If you don't, it's fine too.
No, we can get two tower. We can get two tower.
Yeah, let's get the Herald.
But yeah, especially against Heimerdinger, it's pretty hard to enter.
We should cross map.
Yeah,
Usually,
like
like what I
we
said
should
is more
want
about
some-
anyone else.
Mhm.
But against Heimerdinger, it's like this champion just controls zones way too hard.
Yeah, it's like you get stunned and you're just instant dead.
Go.
Yep.
Place it and then we go. Skarner's already on it. Go.
We can skip the mid.
We can face it.
This is
Ah.
complete crazy.
Jesus.
I think
Yeah.
Okay. Let's look at your positioning here.
We can skip the mid.
We can face it. We can face it.
I think when your team is running in like this, you probably just want to stay back and lantern them if it's needed.
That is true. That is true.
Like this position is just really awkward. I don't think you should ever try to enter through here.
Yeah, like we already got the Herald down on mid as well, and we know there's like 3 rivers, so we could get
Yeah,
mid turret for free.
Like one thing I like to do in this situation,
Yeah, like
you just keep hitting the turret, right? And then if they start walking into you, you just run away. And you play for this. And then maybe you play for top if like the wave is set up for that, right?
Place it and then we go. Skarner's
But you guys have the idea that you want to contest Drake for sure, which is like very common, especially on like worse teams
I think
or like
that-
lower tier teams. I mean,
so bad. Actually, it's still fine. Playable. You can get Gunner.
nice.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
I
Actually.
need to restun 1 HP.
yeah, you got their jungler, but they got your jungler anyways, and you're still against Heimerdinger, so this is really unplayable.
That was my bad.
Get the
Mm.
joint.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, we can never really face you
There was like
against them.
Galio with taunt and everything.
Okay, now you realize you can't face check into them a bit late, but it's
I
fine.
think just like 2 mid turrets.
Yeah, I mean the realization's there at least.
Yeah. Like you didn't lose that much for. If this is what it takes for their information, you didn't lose that much.
That's okay.
Out of it, maybe.
Cross map, but
And contest.
My annoying stuff. I got most of it out of it,
If we
maybe, but-
decide to get the Herald, then we can't contest the Drake because we won't have any
Yeah.
on the face check.
yeah, that's why I wanted to cross map, but
Yeah, but
like,
top turret would be
it was
useless.
fine. Like Karma got close. Karma has mantra E there.
Okay, so someone is saying that even if you cross map for top turret, it's useless, and I don't disagree with them.
Oh.
Like I think taking this turret is really bad. But what you get for cross mapping is all this wave would be pushed. You get the gold and the XP, right? And then a lot of teams they'll actually push the turret and just get the gold from it. It's okay. I don't think it's terrible or anything. It's fine. What I like to do is just push the wave into the turret, let the minions die, and then you use that wave to like get jungle camps and stuff.
Can't contest the Drake.
Because it's a lot easier to sideline that way. Like if this turret is down and you're a laner, what's going to happen is you need to push the wave here, and then you need to push wave here, and you never want to be in this position, like this far into the lane. But if this turret is up, you just push a wave here, and then it crashes, and you're fine.
that's why I wanted.
Mantra E there. We win.
I'm gonna sweep these wards out.
Going for
Okay.
Solar Vision.
Yeah, this is.
Yep.
At this point of the game, you want to be with your jungler a lot, especially because like right now, why do you need vision in this area? Like let's talk
Yeah.
about it. Drake was just taken. There's no reason for it, right?
Exactly.
You're
No
not
reason.
playing like you're gonna look at the map. Victory is top, Sivir is top, Woodyr is pathing top. Why do we need vision here?
Yeah. We
There's one reason why you want vision here, and it's karma. You want a ward maybe like here, just to make sure that like no one comes, but she even has a ward here, so it's fine. And then maybe you want a ward here in the tribush, just to like see this area in general. But even that, like, it's a bit greedy, so I like to just put a ward here, make sure that they don't come around or whatever, and then you go into top and you're fine. But if the Karma just plans to stay like around the turret, it doesn't even matter that much, I think.
Yeah, true.
There aren't. Just gonna sweep everything here.
There's a world where you die for doing that.
Yeah, there aren't.
Yeah, that pink ward is
Have
good,
entrances covered now.
even if it's only temporary.
Seven flying water, then actually I can get Mikael's. Mikael's would be pretty good, I guess.
Yeah, it actually is.
Someone is here, someone is
You
here.
can't Mikhail's these.
I'll ward here, I'll ward here.
Yeah, but like Guardian taunt and everything.
Hey, let's go phase check.
Keep
I know.
Mikhail alive or keep you alive.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing a lot of these mistakes now.
Yeah. So Sivir is recalling again, and Udyr, like, if you ask Udyr to come with you now, it's like okay, it's not good, because like they have vision of this area, right? Or at least you think they do, because they have a ward here,
Yep.
and they've been here before. Galio could be in any bush.
Yeah, and we don't see anyone in bot lane either, so
Yeah. So
they could
first,
have like 5 mids.
yeah. So what you want to do is like first you want to make sure you have push mid, or that you have information on people. Doesn't need to be both. Only one is enough sometimes. And then you need to make sure that you're with your jungler.
Wanna get Tommy the 2 items have
Like your jungler could be dead right now. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he is.
I'm a bit of a professional.
Uh,
yeah. See, stuff like this is going to happen all the time. Like it's a lot easier to do it if both waves are pushed, because then they need to answer. And if they don't answer, you don't go for vision. It's simple. As soon as you see people on the map, you go. You know.
2 items
Yep.
have Pepe get his first item.
I think after this he said like, oh yeah, I'm not never like ever gonna do that again or something.
Yeah, that's good.
I will not make
Yep.
wards. I'm just.
That's alright. We don't really lose anything if we can hold this mid turret.
I think from here on out it was a bit of a downhill in the comms, like mentally.
I
Yeah,
don't think
I
so.
believe it.
I'm just gonna execute actually, like this.
It was like playoff series for Grandmasters, and we were 0-1 down.
We hold mid turret.
Oh, that's why I know. That's why I recognize the name of or the tag of the team. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's Deft Fox.
Okay.
They took a long time to kill you. White, look our blue.
I'm a bit lost.
Okay. What do you think you need to do on the game right now? It's a pretty weird situation, right?
Yeah, I think, well, as a team we want to have like a vision line going, because I think they are kind of like controlling the river all the time right now, and probably just want to cover again for the Victor on side, or Victor and Sivir.
Okay. I think river control is completely useless. What you want to do is you want to protect this turret as much as possible. So either Sivir or Victor need to be mid. Always one of the two. Like Karma can also help, but yeah. And then Karma, she never wants to go past this point because she's against Irelia, and she's always gonna die if she does. So she should just push, and then she should come mid. Then you guys should push mid, and then you guys go bot, and then you help her push, and then again you go mid, and you just keep going back and forth to get, like, give push for each other, you know. And then like she won't die because of it, because you're always there to protect her. And then of course if their team like tries to contest it and they just fight you, you want to run away. But you have Sivir and you have Karma and you have Victor, so it should be really easy to do.
You just need to be a meat
Yep.
shield.
Yeah,
Or,
pretty good
well,
disengage.
I'm a bit
In
lost.
this case you don't have Victor, but it would still be
Be
fine,
a meat
I
shield
think.
for me and Tommy.
Yeah, so we would play as like 1-4, but like protecting, so we
Yeah.
get to catch waves.
And like Usei's Karma, it can also be like Victor bot or whatever, doesn't matter. You just want to make sure, like in this case it's a lot easier for Victor to crash and like be safe. One, because he's not against Irelia, and then because this turret is up, right?
Yep.
So he can fend for himself a lot easier. And then the other thing is like vision. You don't really need that much vision because right now you just want to farm. And when you only want to farm, like you just need wards in spots like this. You
Yeah, it's
need
just
to
the
make sure
entrance
that like
basically.
Drake is up or Baron is up, so you need blue trinkets. And then you need a ward here to make sure that like you get a bit of vision here and you get a vision here stuff, you know.
Yeah,
Or
it's just
usually just
basic defensive vision.
and then not sure where you'd want the ward on the probably like here on Infernal map. Maybe one on the
Yeah,
river
yeah.
if you can get it. It's always better to have something here that can like see this
To
world.
see the rotations, basically.
You only need these 3 wards, and then you just need to go back and forth to like protect your side laner.
Yeah.
Because their team has no way to push this turret. I don't know if you saw, like they have no range.
Yeah, they can't really siege. They need to fight us.
Yep.
Just try to get the entrances covered with pinks.
I have one ping too.
You can drop it here on this push. Like here.
Alright.
Again, this is like really risky. Your Udyr is what? I think maybe we saw Heimerdinger recall.
For me and for me.
Okay, yeah, we did
Drop it here.
apparently recall. We're not actually sure, but apparently did, and we know Galio is here. So this is like not that risky actually. But
Yeah, but
generally, you want to make sure
they
that
could have to.
this is like good words. This is what I was talking about.
Dash with timers.
And like just this is enough to protect Victor, you know.
Mhm.
If he walks past this point, like he's just griefing, unless he knows where people are on the map.
There's always a chance.
Also, shit. Look, one blue trinket.
Yeah.
This is really bad. Like you, for next time you're in the team, like make sure that if you see stuff like this, like you need to call them, guys. Let's get blue trinket on top mid ADC, and
Yeah,
let's
especially,
make
like-
sure they can't sneak Baron.
Yeah, I guess we're like in a losing state right now. Like,
Yeah.
you can't really control the areas.
Yeah, and like blue trinkets are really good because right now if you're Karma and you're trying to split push, you can ward the river from like a super big distance, or you can like ward this push, right? You don't need to face check or anything. And then for Victor it's the same thing. Like if he sees people bot, and the blue trinket is on CD, he can ward this bush, he can ward like this bush from a distance. You can like just ward those places and make sure that no one is there.
I could TP on her just now.
So it just gives you a lot of vision for free.
SR is coming. SR is staying.
Okay, this is a bit risky.
You probably need to cover this then. I can also
Okay,
some of bot side.
why do you think this plays bad?
Well, we only see 2 people on the map.
Yes. They also have TP up.
They have match, yeah, they can match the TPs.
Yeah. Sivir isn't there, you're not there. And then the other
Yeah,
thing is,
yeah.
Baron is up. I think Thresh, Sivir, Victor, complete useless against Skarner with flash and ult. Like they're
Yeah.
just going to die.
No one can keep him away.
Like Victor has QSS, so he's safe. Sivir has their E maybe, but you like no for sure you're going to die if he just runs at you.
Yep.
So I
Like,
think
we should
there's
try,
like there's a
force play
world.
on bot.
There's a world where like these guys don't kill Irelia fast enough and they just go Baron and they take it. Now I wouldn't do it. I think it's a flip
SR is coming.
if enemy team does it.
They're TPing,
Hey, they match
walk
it.
into you guys. Sivir, walk bot
Yeah,
side.
so they should just match it.
Push my Irelia.
Now they have Galio, and they're matching TPs. If Victor doesn't have TP, so like he's always going to be behind on the play.
Mhm.
I'm coming
So
to
this
you guys.
is
Leave gentlemen, leave
it's
gentlemen.
probably
Yeah,
gonna
no,
end
we're,
up pretty well.
we're trying to like walk into the lost play already. Like,
Yeah.
Irelia
we're not even pushing mid or anything.
25,
hmm
So, yeah.
Guys, walk bot side as well. Walk bot
So like stuff like this is you need to try and understand why is this play, like what made your team feel like this play was important. Like if you kill Irelia, what happens? She probably has a shutdown. She doesn't even have a shutdown.
SR is coming. SR is
Like-
staying
They're
mid.
TPing.
You kill her and then you do what? You don't do Drake, it's not up. You can't do Baron. Like for sure it's not gonna work if you try to do Baron. So you're just doing this for 300 gold?
They're TPing to it.
Yeah, it's just, I think it's a tilt play.
Yeah, it probably is. Like a lot of people do stuff like this. It's normal. So like what I want you to take away from this is if you're in a game state that looks very doomed but you outscale or like you have a good chance, you just need to try and make it so your team has a really clear objective. Right now it should be like, guys, let's get to 2 items. At 2 items we win. And then you need to tell them, okay, if you're side laning, if you're like Victory stop, then you need a ward here and here. And if Karma is bot, she needs a ward like somewhere here to cover for her. And then never walk past the midpoint of the lane unless you have to. And if you can like say stuff like this, if you can recognize it in game, and then you go into review and it didn't work, you can just try and understand like why didn't it work? Like did Karma walk past the line? You know, did I not have good wards? Stuff like that.
Again,
Like were people not patient enough?
Irelia Flash 2022, 25, 22.
It's good that you're
And they use
Right.
TP.
putting timers.
Did Aurelia flash?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, she did.
Just drop the bot turret, we're farming it.
So this is wrong, by the way.
Depends on the level. You see the cooldown once they use it.
Yeah. So I don't know, like if you're going to do it afterwards. Like, do you usually adjust it or no?
Wanna get 2 items?
I like
have
the
fun.
good.
What do you mean?
So TP, like it goes back, goes down with levels, right?
Yeah, it does. And with Cosmic Insight, you see it like you see the exact cooldown when you hover it in the tab
Yeah, that's
over the
why.
player.
That's why I'm wondering. Wait, is that actually
Yeah.
right? Did you check it? Oh shit!
Also, Patrick,
What did I do? Okay.
I don't even give
I'm
at this point.
Pretty sure I hovered over it. Did I?
Okay. If you did, that's good. Okay,
Yeah,
you did. Right? Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Don't do anything.
Never
Yeah.
mind.
Did Aurelia flash?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah,
I think it's the exact time, but yeah.
Drop the bot turret, we're farming it.
They keep changing it, like it changes
I
with
the
like
good thing is I don't
Yeah.
so
give
much.
goal at this
Yeah,
point.
yeah,
I
it
don't know,
does.
like you have lucidities or cosmic insight, then you have to like reevaluate
So much
and
possible.
Yeah, it's a bit of a nightmare for supports,
yeah,
I
like
believe.
it's easier with flash. I mean TP because you actually see the time on it when it changes, but on flash you have to calculate it yourself. With like
Pyro
Yep.
is really strong.
if they have cosmic
Yeah,
insight,
I'm-
etc.
We can never face
Well,
the time, I mean.
if you walk into them, yeah, then we shouldn't ever.
Yeah, if you first do the that's really
Okay. So right now your jungler and you have different ideas.
Yeah, we're kind of going our own ways.
Yeah, which is really bad. Like you really want to be with
We
this
can
guy.
never face
Well,
the time, I mean.
if you walk.
And if you're not like together with him, you want to be in lantern range.
We
So like this is okay if you path like this, because then you can
Yeah,
just lantern this
I can
place.
hug
Right?
the wall, he clears pit
can
or
never
something.
face
Well,
Yeah, but right now you're really in different pages. So this guy might die
on the objective, then
just
Mhm.
because you're not there, you know.
right now we won't be first there, so let's not.
This is like especially important when you're playing Thresh, because it's so easy to save people. Like a good Thresh is just someone that's completely annoying. Every time you try to make a pick, they're there, you know.
Yeah,
Also
there's always
so
lantern.
They might just
Mhm.
Galio ult into it. Maybe they face check, who knows? But I don't think we have enough damage right now. We don't have mythic.
It's good that you're covering for Victor when he's pushing. Most teams wouldn't do this.
Farming like really hard.
They have no TP past me. Gold bot on me.
I'm coming. Almost there.
Nice.
Okay,
Uh-oh.
I don't like this for multiple reasons.
I'm coming.
Like Karma dying is whatever, doesn't matter. It's like stuff that you'd have to talk with the player itself. I don't like that your team is walking all the way bot when actually let me check. Drake has been there for a while.
They have no TP past me.
So it's like 40 seconds for Drake. I think enemy team can do Baron really fast and you don't have vision right now. So I don't like that everyone is going bot
But you can
like this.
You can kill
It's a
her,
bit risky.
We're still pretty far.
Yeah,
It seems you're gonna get 1-for-1, so like this is pretty okay.
Let's get Dragon.
Yeah,
we
but
get soul points.
like there's a good chance that they're just here and they're just doing it.
Okay, they got pretty quick. But like right now we
but
can
we
get in
win the
position.
fight now.
Hmm.
We
There's
win the
nowhere
fight
really.
now.
I think you have. Also, you can just wait for me. I'm gonna be there
Does I
earlier.
really have TP?
They fucked up.
Yeah,
Galio
they
left,
just
Galio
got
left.
Baron.
We will lose mid
Mm.
turret.
They
Yeah.
will get three. They will get in it though.
I really
No, I
also.
can go. I can go.
Yeah, at this point,
Can you solo it?
Let's rush.
Uh,
it.
This
I
game
think
state
our
is pretty
team
hard.
was.
Let's rush Drake.
Yeah, we were kind of losing hope here.
Yeah, like you're gonna get Drake, which is pretty big.
Minutes for now. They don't have
Mhm.
any minutes.
Yeah,
And
it's
I'd
a sell point
say-
for us now.
Yeah, and I'd say that them getting mid, it's not even that big of a deal. Like
Yeah,
they
can't
probably,
really make use of Nash so much either.
yeah. So I don't think this is like terrible. It's still okay. And if you look at items like Victor, just he has Leandris, almost 2 items. This guy almost 2 items, almost 2 items, almost 2 items.
Yeah, we're
It's like-
popping off soon.
Yeah, you're getting there. Where like you start actually being able to battle them pretty easily or pretty decently. So stuff like this really risky by your ADC.
Yeah, a bit too deep. We don't have mid
Yeah, I think
turrets.
they
So.
look
Yeah.
maybe for you.
It seems like you're aware of
Additional
it,
risk.
which is good.
70 gold for Essential
I'm
Reaver.
gonna check with Lantern. That's paying.
Nice.
Galio behind
Don't
you.
walk in, don't walk in, don't walk in.
Now let's walk into it anyway.
Heimer circed.
Then
Heimer circed.
Guys, chill. Like.
I wouldn't expect Yammer to be in that push, to be honest.
Yeah, that was,
It's a bit of a grief by him.
No.
Lantern
Now it's a bit of a creep by us, but hey.
Yeah.
Gallia, flash or-
Yeah, I mean
Udyr
you
is a
got
nice
a
map.
lot from this,
Flash this well.
and only
gets out.
Udyr, and he gets
He
out.
actually
Okay,
gets out.
so that's actually pretty good for you.
And they don't have
Yeah.
anything.
I don't think I have a win.
And one top inhib is like, sure, go ahead.
Yeah, one inhibitor is not that bad to give. They don't even get the inhib.
I don't think we can.
I think we can.
Nah.
I think, yeah.
So, in situations like this, it's really important that you know like how much gold you need on your players
Mhm.
Until the next item. Like Sivir probably already has Essence Reaver. I don't know anything about Karma. I don't know anything about Victor.
I think yes.
So
No flash.
your job, like after this fight,
Don't
is
split
just
up,
ask
don't split up, don't split
how
up.
much gold do you guys need until like Zonius or whatever, like Moon stuff.
Go too far, someone.
Yeah, there's usually someone who like reminds like people
Also
to
catch the mid wave.
Mhm.
keep in mind like item spikes, etc.
I'm staying.
Kind of depends on like team like communication structure, of course, but
Yeah,
yeah,
it
it's good
does.
to have someone asking questions.
Hmm. Like here, I'm just like putting everything on you because I'm coaching you.
Mhm.
But in
Yep.
the team, usually you have tasks for every person.
Yeah,
think if
we
you're
have
a-
like this kind of a like task list I can show you. So
Yeah.
you probably like have seen like some of them.
Yeah, I used one for my last team. I'm
Yeah.
personally not a big fan of them, but
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know a lot
it's
of
like
people
some
use it.
coaches really like them,
I
but
think I'm looking at the
yeah,
jungle
it's
now. I don't think like yes.
it's not always that useful. You kind of drop it out at some point, like complete it for some reason, or
Yeah,
you don't like improve anything on it. You just like slap it on the team, and it's like okay, yeah, you have this now.
yeah.
But yeah, like this was the one we used on one of my teams.
Yeah, I'll check afterwards.
I can maybe get
Yeah, sure. We can continue.
I mean, you have QSS. They're walking both side jungle. You get the blue and
That's
out.
my
Get the blue and
emerging
out.
cover.
Again, this is like a situation that's really easy for you to cover.
No,
I don't think he needs white stuff.
Like you being mid doesn't do anything. You can't clear it, and then if your Sivir or Karma get picked while being here, they're completely boosted.
Mm, yeah.
So
I mean, I should just get a lane ward here probably.
yeah, that's a good idea actually. Getting a lane ward here or like even here.
Yeah, just to see where they split off to.
Yeah, well, I like to do it on intersections. So like
Yeah,
here
you
would be
get so
good because you
much
get to
info
see
from
if
it.
they go here or here.
Like
and
it
then-
also allows you to make like plays where you just catch someone off guard, and
Yeah, with TPs
even when
and
you're
stuff.
losing, you just get a pick.
They need blue
Yeah,
and out.
emerging cover.
So here you could be covering for Victor and Udyr. It's probably your only objective really.
Mhm.
Actually, we can get it and fight. I'll take a last reset for ward. I'll fight this, sorry.
Yeah, I would.
Pretty fucking strong.
Yeah, seems like you got items.
No one's close yet. Yeah, don't go too far. Don't go. Let's clear
Like,
this.
how do we go? We have to
This
kind
is
of go.
kinda hinting.
Galio fucked up. Lantern.
The Galio actually got stuck in the wall. That's why I played like I thought he would.
Galio fucked up.
Yeah, it's okay.
Lantern. Don't get ulted. Okay, Aurelius half HP. Get the turrets. Yeah. One or
Can
two
we
people.
walk with the wave?
I think it's really hard to fight now. You don't have ults anymore, and you'll be walking into Ezreal and Heimerdinger. So
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, it's like either we hope for a miracle hook or we just
Yeah.
don't even like we can't walk.
So I think the play here is you try and delay Drake as much as possible, and you try to get mid push like you're doing. This is good.
Yeah, I think this leads into like a pretty good play.
Yeah, this is good so far.
Yep.
I think we can
I mean,
leave it, right?
we can't really.
Then you try to transition into Baron
Maybe I get a miracle hook. Maybe I get
if
a
you're
miracle
able to.
Well, in this case, when
Don't go.
they
Yeah.
kind of make a big mistake here,
Yeah,
just
it should. This
walk it
isn't
right.
allowed. Yes, this isn't allowed. So it's good that you guys punish it.
Actually, no. Well, now we could
Think
just
we
move
can
the
walk
wave
it
from
right
here.
now.
Yeah. Okay. And now they're chunked and they need to answer this way, right?
Yeah,
So
now we
you guys
get
are
Drake.
just calling here. This is really good. Like this is exactly what you need to do. You just need to push them out of the. I wouldn't even walk like this, by the way. Like I would walk like this if I were you, because you're trash. I think your team should
yeah,
always
carry
walk
is
like this,
yeah.
Nice, it's fucking
because
fucking-
enemy team can't walk in for sure. Like it's illegal if they do.
We need to
Pull
drag
it,
it.
pull it.
Yeah, pull it here. We need to turn on this. we
Yeah,
need to
but
turn on
like,
this. I can ult on this.
Nice.
Flash on me. Careful the Galio
Play
ulting.
front to back. Skarner is dead.
Nice, cancel.
Front to
Lantern.
back,
Hook
front
on
to back.
hook on Heimer, hook on Heimer. Nice, get soul.
We can baron after this. We can
Someone
baron
go
after
top,
this.
someone go top. Nice, fucking huge.
Okay.
I'm based on
This
that.
is pretty good.
It's fucked.
Yeah, I think we
Go!
just won the game here or something.
Yeah, you probably win the game off of this. Let's just talk about how to use Baron really fast.
Fire, but
They're going bot.
Like,
isn't
Push me
Arne
then bot.
good
Push
here
me
as
then
well?
top.
Okay, so your karma actually did a mistake. So, when using Baron, this applies for everything. You always want to be like, if you're in a solo lane, you want to be behind people. So like here, there's 2 people mid, there's 2 people top. So it's like fine that you're kinda in the same place of the lane, right? Karma is above you guys. She's further the lane than the other people, so it's like really easy for them to make a pick on her. Usually what you want to happen is like there's 4 people mid and then the other guy is like here and pushing, you know? And the way you want to enter, like you want to go 4 mid or like 4 into one lane, doesn't matter which one. In this case you need to push top, so it's good that like you go multiple people here. And then those 4, like 3 of them walk into mid. If the wave is like really pushed in, like 4 of them should walk in. Then you walk with 4, you push the wave, and then you make sure that the other person can join. So here you guys just go like on your own, kinda, and you get picked, which happens a lot. Like right now, the enemy team, the only thing they can do is go for a random pick. So they'll do this a lot where they camp this bush, or like this bush, or like jungle bushes like this, you know?
Yeah, this is where like blue trinkets also help a lot.
Yeah.
Fire, but
But you shouldn't even need blue trinket, because if you do it in a way where you go like as 4 or 5, and then you split into the other lane, kind of like what you were talking about with Karma before, right? Like you go 5 mid, you push, and then you split as 5 here, and then you like let this guy down on the bot lane, and then you go back mid, then you cover for them as you push slowly, and then you're gonna do this enough where you're going to be like here, and your guy is going to be like here, and then you can just pressure.
Actually, push me then top.
Usually you don't even need to go like that far because they show their positions eventually.
But isn't
Push me
Arne
then bot.
good
Push
here
me
as
then
well?
top. Push me then.
Look ahead.
If we, that's fine.
Yeah, now you lose like 1 minute of
Fine,
Baron
I
for
don't
no
think we
reason.
can dive us. Yeah, I think
I think redemption.
This happens a lot.
no, they cannot dive.
If we don't die, they can't win, guys. Okay? They can never see each other. We have a lot of poke. We're stronger. We can clear these top waves. You have 3.
Look at him.
Oh, I'm gonna.
Then we just force the
300.
fight. They might
Can
go
I
for
get
smart.
mid wave?
Keep poking.
100 gold, 100 gold.
I can clear this.
Yeah,
Your Sivir needs gold, but she should be top
I mean, you can clear
if
this.
she wants gold.
Keep poking.
Yeah,
Yeah, after
Yeah, I mean, this is whatever. It doesn't have much to do with you.
Karma.
But just like for the future, your Karma right now is holding top, probably because she has TP.
Right now, Tom
I
is.
mean,
If you're not looking to fight anyways, it doesn't matter. Like there's no objectives on the map, and you are the guys that have
Now, when we get
priority.
on top, we start
Like you're the ones that decide what's going to happen in the next minutes, right?
Remember,
So it's really fine if you're not mid with the ADC. Like it's really fine if Sivir was the one top and just pushing.
I'm just gonna shoot you like.
Last wave, yeah.
Step up too
Moving
much.
with you guys.
It should be, yeah.
You're doing the same mistake again. Like right now Victor isn't there and he doesn't have TP, so it makes no sense that you're just walking mid like this, you know?
Yeah.
Stuff like this loses you the game. And you even ping it, like you know that they could be here and they could make a play, but then you're in a position where if they're there you just die. Like they could run from here and then they go on you and Victor isn't there, you can't do anything.
Yeah, it's like if I realize it, I should also like let my team know.
We don't have
Yes.
vision there, actually. It's
Oh,
fake
you
vision.
guys could like we could also wait for my flash.
Yeah, I think we should.
But
Cement it.
Ezreal has at the same time flash as me.
Yeah,
Or like,
let's
should we
grab-
Go
grab here. They just wanna kill first.
there. We can just like use my perfect and
Last
end
super.
the game.
Last
Ah,
they play around here, we just go for end.
I mean, do I?
Wanna push mid, and if they play around here, we just go for end.
I mean, do I clear it? No. I don't think even think we need to clear it. Like it's not gonna take anything.
Okay,
They
that's
can TP
okay.
in our base actually. We should clear it.
Heimer's here. They're just playing jungle. They're just playing
well,
jungle.
I can take it, I guess.
Okay, so this is Elder Drake, right?
Yeah.
I think the calls right now should be even before this. The calls right now should be pushed up. We know that they're all bot, like we saw them. They're like for sure around this area right now. Just pushed up. Inhibitor is gonna respawn soon. Make sure the wave is okay. Then group mid. Make like while you're pushing top, Victor fixes bot and whatever. group as 5 mid, and then just push mid as 5. Like they can't handle you. You push better than them. They can't engage on you because your team is better at kiting back. And then you use this mid push into Drake. And it's like they can't do anything. They have Irelia, which can split push,
I guess.
but she shouldn't be able to end the game if like the waves are good, like this, right? Because this wave from here to here takes longer than what it takes for Helder to spawn. This is like 30 seconds.
I
No, we
guess
can
I
fight
get.
mid. We can fight mid.
Let's just walk the wave.
He's gonna ult timer spot.
Yeah, again, this is like the same thing. In this case, it's Udyr that's there instead of
Let's just walk the
Victor.
wave.
He's gonna ult.
But it
he's
should,
gonna ult.
like right now, it's
He's
really
gonna ult.
important that you're as 5.
I need help with this. I'm fine.
Yeah, we can fight. We can fight.
Yeah, keep the Irelia out. Keep the Irelia out.
Seems like you're gonna win
Okay,
anyways,
go
which
flash
is
Ezreal,
nice.
Go flash Ezreal.
Yeah, I mean, it's just really messy, and we give them a
Don't
chance.
pause here. Don't pause here.
No, no, no.
Go mid. Go mid. Go mid. Go mid. Just go mid. Push.
This wave.
We're not. Okay. Okay.
This is weird.
Chase them. No, just get the turrets. Get the turrets. Yep. Chase them if possible.
I can shield you though.
Ezreal
Yeah,
ult.
you know.
Yeah, you could try to run him down.
Heimer's gonna do a
Then we turn.
pro
Flash
move.
Heimer.
Okay.
Kill. Just kill everything.
Well,
Heimer,
didn't look
Heimer,
very pro. It was a nice
Yeah.
try though.
Yep.
I'm gonna
Okay,
take-
okay.
I will.
We had like
He's fucking dead.
No, you guys just win. Okay. What did we learn this game?
Well, lots of things. Move with jungler when warding.
Yeah.
Don't roam on a bad wave state.
Yes.
Well, don't force plays on the side where you just get 1 kill and nothing else.
That's also important. I'd say like main things are in
Like
explosive.
playing-
Like in this game, you kind of did it, which was nice. In explosive lanes, you really want to make sure that you're like a recall for Victor in this lane is so fucking good, you know. Like
Yeah.
if you give him a recall, he's gonna be your best friend for the rest of the week, you know. He's gonna remember this game and he's gonna be like, my support is so fucking good. He fucking understands lane. So in matchups like this, where it's really hard to get a recall by yourself, especially if you can get it without the jungler needing to interfere, it's really important. Now, there are matchups where you can't roam as easily, or like enemy can match, and then it's really important that you do it together with your jungler. Like if you're against like Rel, and you don't stack a super big wave, like you crash 2 like in this game, right? If you crash 2 like this,
Fine on bot, right?
No.
now you walk, like Rel could be here right now.
Yeah, true.
And then if you're not with your jungler and their jungler is there, like maybe you die because of it. So it's really important that you like are aware. Like this game is fine because one, you have vision of Galio, and then their jungler is way weaker than yours. So you always win. Like you're always fine in this case. But if you're against like I don't know Lilia or Hecarim or whatever, like it's a lot more dangerous to do stuff like this if you're not aware of it. So try to remember it, and then. Obviously, in this game, since you have so much freedom, you just want to go around the map and cover people. Wards when you're like in a weak position and you can't really control the map. Like for this lane, 1 here is enough. If you're blue side, it's also enough. Like 1 here and 1 here. Like the wards when you're playing defensively are always the same to the ones you're playing offensively. So like if you're pushing, if you're blue side. And you're pushing this way, right? You'd want a ward here and maybe like, I don't know, a ward here or something. If you're playing red side and you're like just defending this wave, you want wards in the same place. Maybe like there's a different one, maybe you want one here because it also covers mid or whatever, but the most important one is this one, okay? So if you're not sure like where to ward in situations like this, you can always like try to look at it this way.
Yep.
And then it's more about making sure that you understand what's happening and that you tell your team that you know what's happening. Because I felt like your voice wasn't heard enough in some points, like especially on that dive bot and stuff, you know.
Yeah, I could communicate a lot more, like things like others might not see.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's pretty much it. This one was pretty long, so I don't think we can go over the next game.
Yeah, that's alright. I think this was a lot of stuff to cover already.
I recorded the whole thing, so like if you, I'm probably gonna upload it, so